And today we start off the show with Sarah Hodgson, the head coach of the United Girls Soccer team. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, we kind of like to start off every interview is just to kind of meet the team segment. So I want to give you the chance to highlight some of the big names inside this United Girls Soccer program and some new names we'll have to get used to for the 2022 edition of the Eagles.
Yeah, so I mean, every name is important, especially when you're coming from a smaller program with ours. We only have 17 on the roster this year, so every name is going to have some impact on our season. Senior-wise, we come back with, not come back with, but we have 3 seniors this year: Grace Hall, Emily Engel, Tiff Thompson, who are already just off and to a great start, holding back our defense, holding mid-position. They're doing an amazing job. We also have some juniors who come back. Our goalkeeper, Katie Dees, has made a great impact on the program even over her last 2 years as our keeper. And so she's going to hold back the back there for us in the goalkeeper position. And then we have Addison Blazer, Rachel Rhodes, who helped our scoring last year to come up with a lot of wins last year. They kind of helped our senior scorer from last year, Sam Wolf. And then we have some great sophomores and freshmen coming in that are also going to help with the attack, with some defense, learning new roles. So every name is important, but those are just some of the highlights for this year so far, who are coming on to a really great start for us.
When you reflect on last season before you started preparing for this season, what kind of things do you think these girls can take away from last year's experience, and what kind of things do you want the team to get better at from your 12-4-2 campaign last year?
Yeah, I think learning from last year, we had coming into this year, it's going to be a stronger schedule than they've seen from last year. So I think they're going to have to, step up to the plate. They're going to have to play some really difficult games, some really challenging games. And so I think taking on new roles that 4 of our seniors left is going to be a challenge for us, but I think they're up for the challenge. And not every, game is going to be like last year. No game is ever the same in soccer, in any sport. So playing a team from last year that's on the schedule this year, it's going to be different. And so I tell them you can't expect any team to be the same. We're not the same. No team is the same. So just kind of get into that mindset of every game is a new game. It's 2022, and we need to take each game slowly, methodically, but come out strong in the roles that we're putting the girls into.
I mean, United Girls Soccer Program and success are 2 things that have gotten acclimated quite well over the years, too. Not too many losing seasons I can think of in recent memory for this program. What's it like coaching for a program that has such a high values and traditions in winning and success, too, and being able to uphold that with the girls year in and year out?
I give all the credit to the girls. They are what hold the program. They are what lead the program. We've been blessed to just have a lot of girls come up through who are athletic, who are soccer minded. And we've also been blessed with good leadership over the last several years. And so to coach for a program, we only started in 2006. We're kind of young in the area for comparable when you compare us to some of the other programs in the area. We only started in 2006. I actually graduated from United. I never got to play on a girls team because we didn't have it when I'm that old. So I played on the boys team, and so to be able to lead a girls program at United is special to me just for that. I had history there, and so I just love continuing the history of excellence and striving to do your best regardless of who you're playing, who you're up against. And the tradition that the girls have built is just one of perseverance and coming together as a team, regardless of what you've done in the off season. Everybody starts kind of in the same place, regardless, and we move forward as a team.
You brought it up last season. You lost, a handful of seniors that were really important to the wins that you guys had. almost half of your offense was from those seniors. But you also look at this year's roster; it is loaded with upperclassmen. Who are going to be some of those names that you already called out that you're going to lean on to lead this team, not just statistically, but also kind of emotionally and be energetic leaders for the team?
Yeah, I mean, again, every name is important. You never know who's going to step up and be that leader or be that player that is going to impact the games the most. Grace, Emily, and Tiffany for sure. They're the seniors that are coming or that are on the team. They are definitely going to be the ones that I look to for that leadership and playing in different roles. Emily's been an attacker for the last 3 years. We have her stepping into a defensive role this year. And so I think when you put a player like that into a position like that, the other girls are able to see a great example of, you know what, I may not want to be in this position, but I'm going to play it to the best of my ability because that's what my team needs from me. And so Tiff, Em, and Grace all have this humility about them to fill the role that needs played, and they have since they were freshmen. And so I'm hoping the other girls see that example and are able to follow it. We actually have several girls from the sophomore and freshman class that are also I'm going to be asking quite a bit of. We have Cam and Kaylin and Kylie and Allie and Natalie Shipley. They're all going to be asked to play some really important roles from the get-go. And I think they're up for the challenge. I think that they're going to be leaders as they come up through, as they get through some of these challenging games for us. They're going to learn a lot and be able to see those examples from those seniors and some of the juniors that are good examples for us. But even the names that I haven't mentioned yet, Natalie Summers and Kylie Stouffer, Aubrey Benner, Lauren and Zariah in the freshman class. They're all going to be asked, when you only have 17 players, they all have to be ready to step in energetically and fill the role that they need to play. So I look for all of them to just be willing to step in. And like you said, we've lost some of our attacking power, but some of our freshmen are stepping into those roles, and it's exciting to see.
What role does the Hanoverton community serve in this team, not just on game night, but overall?
The Hanoverton community, I grew up in Hanoverton. I lived there until I went to college. It's a tight-knit community. It's a smaller community. They really support the soccer community, both the boys and the girls program. They look to be present at the games and just cheer us on with enthusiasm, and they make the games fun to be at. And so the Hanoverton community has a special place in my heart just because that's where I'm from. And they do a great job of just lifting up the boys and the girls program to be a center, to be a place, or to be a program, to be programs that are lifted up and given a lot of credit and a lot of passion towards.
A lot of soccer programs have to be real creative when it comes to kind of building the youth organizations up and trying to get these players ready before they get into high school to be at this level, because a lot of high schools just don't have middle school soccer teams yet. So what kind of things have you done now in your 9th year at United to build the youth organizations at United and get these kids into soccer at an early age and try to get them developed before they get to you as a freshman?
Yeah, so I want to give a lot of credit to my assistant coach, Nikki Blazer, and a lot of the mothers of the current players who have just put in so much time and so much energy and so much passion in coaching these girls up through the rec league. And then a lot of the parents who have been, looking for that outside of the season training so that their girls can come in ready, fit. They have that special touch on the ball that helps us out immensely. So I want to give a lot of the credit to Nikki and those who have coached and given their time, dads as well, who have given their time as coaches. They're not getting paid to be the rec coaches, and they're the ones that have built the foundation for these girls. I have helped here and there throughout the past in the past to help with events and some camps. But I really give the credit to the Hanoverton Community, the Youth Soccer League, bringing these girls up. On the district level, I serve as the treasurer for the Youngstown Scholastic Soccer Coaches Association for the high school. And over the last now 2 years, we have actually been promoting and executing a middle school league for all of the high school teams in the area. And so we've been trying to promote and build the game of soccer through a middle school program. And those the people that work alongside me on that board have a passion and a vision for building up soccer in our area to where the middle school schools can actually have programs for soccer that are, encouraged by the school and supported by the school. Because you're right, there's not a lot of middle school programs in our area. There are in other parts of the state of Ohio, but not here. And so the Youngstown Scholastic Soccer Coaches Association is really trying to be pioneers of building middle school soccer in our area. And it's exciting to see. We've seen growth in it. We've had what have we had? I can't remember, but we've had at least two fall now and 2 spring sessions of that middle school program. And it's seeing great growth in some of especially the smaller communities like my own that are trying to get girls involved in middle school before they start branching out to other sports to let them have a team to play on that is consistent and plays, especially in the fall when a lot of those other sports start.
What would you describe the culture of this team like? In other words, if there's girls interested in joining a team, what can they expect when they become a part of it?
We have a lot of fun. I told the girls the other day, there's really only 2 things that I want to see from you all. I want you to know that you're having fun, and I want you to be developing. Those are the 2 things. So the 2 focus. So we do always start out the year talking about excellence and what that means. But if they're not having fun and they're not developing, soccer might not be the place for them. And I always am honest, I love the sport. I want to be here. And I think the culture is one of just have fun while you're developing, and while you're developing, have fun. They can go hand in hand. It doesn't have to be super serious. It doesn't have to be super not serious. It's a good mixture. And so I think the culture is one of being inclusive and being encouraging and stepping into roles and stepping into challenges that will grow you as a young lady.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and giving us a solid preview of the United Soccer Girls Soccer season. We appreciate your time. We look forward to covering you all season, and we will hope to have you on again sometime soon to talk about some Eagle success.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. Good luck to you guys.